I'm looking all kinds of tired and exhausted and whatever, coming to y'all from my work at 5:44 in the morning. I've been really bad about getting things filmed because I'll be in the car on the way home being like, oh yeah, I'm going to get things filmed, and then I get home and obviously don't get things filmed. So I figured if I'm here and I'm at work and I feel the whatever to film a segment for a video aside from vlogging, I figured why the hell not? And then I can just interpiece it in with bits that I actually film up and happy and all whatever in front of a more sophisticated put together backdrop, because I figure a hodgepodge together video about what I've been interested in, what I've been liking, is better than no video at all. And I have been doing well with the kind of more relaxed vlog kind of style whatever of filming. But I figured I would talk about some music right now. I don't know if this section's going to be before a hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if this is going to be the first bit. Typically I talk about music in the first bit, but it's been a while since I've done a monthly. It's more like a whenever I accumulate enough thoughts about things that I think are interesting, I feel it's time to share with y'all. And just like last time I did this, I will leave that video linked down below if you would like to go back and watch, is still the artist Miyavi, who, if anything, I have just gotten even more hardcore into. Just them as a musician, their career, their work, their discography. I have just been absolutely consumed by everything them. And I had last time some songs that I've been like, oh, I'm really listening to these ones. I'm still listening to those, but I will leave linked down below the ones that I've also been listening to now. Part of what I love about him, I will leave images and pictures and whatever's all up in here so you can see his magnificence and just his evolution of style and music and just everything is a completely fascinating experience. And one thing I really like about him as an artist is he does so many different like subgenres. Like I love the band The Gazette, TM Revolution, but they're kind of like one particular sound, whereas Miyavi is like, I do a little pop, I do a little rock, I do a little bit of metal, I'll do something more like folksy, and then I'll do this. And he just bounces around doing each and every single subject justice, major justice, while still being true to him, his aesthetic and his sound and just his talent as a musician. I mean, the way this man, there's a joke, well, it's not so much a joke. Within the community, anytime he goes off and starts doing one of his guitar things, we're just like, his wife is such a happy woman, such a happy, lucky woman. And some of the songs that I've been really into is Papa Mama, I think it's either Papa Mama or Mama Papa, I'm not sure. And it's this beautiful, perfectly 2004, like heavy, dark, intense, just like really like emo rock, but done to like a level of sophistication that we get from Miyavi as a musician. And then there's another one, Are You Ready to Rock, which is just, when he pulls out his guitar and he's like, I'm gonna go acoustic, all whatever, I've got my little kick drum thing going, he's like, I'm just gonna sit here and vibe and rock out and whatever. I love those because he gets so into it, and it's so, I'm there and I'm pounding and I'm, tapping my feet on the floor and doing all that. Just insanely, his energy is freakishly infectious. Just as you listen to his stuff, he's just having so much fucking fun, and I love it. Live for every single moment, live for the different aesthetics, the evolution of him as an artist. Just really, again, just back in love with him as an artist. I listened to some of his stuff when I was younger, 13, 14, 15, 16, but now coming back to his stuff as an adult, I appreciate it so much more. Like there's a wider breadth of his discography that I really enjoy, and he's got so much music. Going through everything has been a pleasure, but also because, again, he bounces everywhere and he's done all kinds of content and all kinds of music. Just consuming so much and just finding new gems and pieces of music that my neurodivergent brain latches onto and then obsessively listens to for months on end. Really been super enjoying him as an artist and as a person. He recently went on tour but an event with Sugizo and Yoshiki of X Japan, and Hyde, who is one of my original favorite original J-Rock loves. I just, again, since like 14, 15, I've absolutely adored his work with L'Arc-en-Ciel, his single work, Vamps, just again, him as an artist, as a musician. I actually got these magazines a little while ago when I was going through my, getting all my J-Rock magazines. We've got, these are pretty, this is from 2004, and I think this one is 2005. So this is him kind of like, I don't know, if mid-career or whatever. He's probably in his, he's 41 now, so he's 7 years older than me, so I would have been 14, 15. Ooh, so that would have made him in his early 20s. Look at him. Again, I will show pictures of like what he looks now, and the evolution of his look is just one of my favorite things about him as an artist. He has never not stayed true to who he is, while still, maintaining, evolving, and changing, but still being very much him. And in this one, I've got Alice 9 here, who's another group that I really like. I'd like to dig deeper into their discography because I really enjoy them as a group as well. But he's just so cute. Emma and I, our favorite thing to do is we'll go through and she and I look at him and we're like, oh, she's so cute. Oh my goodness, look how it ended and it began when she looked at Takanori Nishikawa, and I'm like, look at these J-Rockers I love, and she goes, she's cute, and I'm like, damn, she is cute. Now all I see is a really cute chick, and it makes me happy and sad at the same time. I adore him. One thing that I think makes him so interesting as an artist is you look at his tattoos and his demeanor and everything, and you're like, yeah, as an American artist, that would be, that's a lot. But if you think of him being as a Japanese, coming from that culture, this is a lot of non-conforming. And Miyavi, since his beginning, has been very purposefully non-conforming with the visible facial piercings, the very visible tattoos. Just a large amount in the way that he presents himself is just really a smack to the Japanese societal norms. I mean, just take a look at this. How comfortable he is as a person in his sexuality, in just everything that he is just absolutely, again, not just musically, but as a person, I find him so talented, so fascinating, and so just that evolution of nonconformity as an artist during this era and from the culture that Japan is. Just look, just to see him in concert. Emma's already told me, she's like, if he comes around, she'd totally be down to go see him in concert, because I think that would just be an amazing experience. And again, he's just never not been anyone else but himself. This here would have been around the time that he did the Papa Mama single that I'll have linked down below. Just absolutely phenomenal and fun. Just so the epitome of I'll show a picture of him now. I joke that in girl terms, he went from manic pixie dream girl to a MILF, because he's just, you look at him now and you're like, oh, hi. Just absolutely beyond cute, and I have been completely, still continuously enjoying his music. I'm sure we'll continue to. Just wanted to highlight a few other songs and a little bit more on him as an artist than I did last time. And a little bit different musically, as I was saying, Miyavi, Sugizo, and Yoshiki were part of a touring thing that had all four of them, and they're all four really stand out musicians in that industry. Part of that group was Hyde, who was in L'Arc-en-Ciel and has been one of my original favorite J-Rock loves. When I got into him in 2004, they did L'Arc-en-Ciel. This group here, they did the second anime opening for the original Full Metal Alchemist. And that's how I initially got exposed to a lot of the Japanese music, is from anime. I would just get into the opening songs and the clothing songs, and then that led getting into the artists just beyond the opening things that they did. This is from 2001, so I would have been 11. Hyde, this gentleman here who was on doing that concert with them, he is 54 years old now, and he is in better shape than ever. I don't know what he did or what kind of program he was doing, but by the time he came back up on that concert, he was in prime, and I'm just like, he's so, again, I'll throw up some pictures of him now. Hopefully I'll get one with him with his belly button ring. Again, the most secure masculinity is in a man who has a belly button ring and is just 100 and completely 10% okay with himself. I've been really, really diving, and then these are just members of L'Arc-en-Ciel. I know less about L'Arc-en-Ciel and more about Hyde as a single artist, because Hyde has been doing shit since like the 80s, which is interesting in comparison to like the Gazette, which is another group I like. And I thought I was like, oh, they surely they've been around for a long. They've only been around since 2008, which looking now you're like, yeah, that's a pretty long time to be established. But when you're taking into consideration how long people like this, and even like Miyavi's been active in music since like 98. I think he's like 90. His discography is like 98 to present. And that's a lot of years. And you've got a lot of trailblazing and a lot of just really iconic music contributions to, I think the lack of, because music is music and music is good no matter what country it comes from. And I feel like we sometimes don't explore that. And it's like, just because it's in a different language or if it's in a different whatever, doesn't mean it still connects. They actually had after this concert, again, I'll put pictures, it was the last rock stars. I was extremely butthurt that I could not afford to go to see them, because this was like the best of the best in that industry of those genres. And there is sort of a disconnect, a lack of knowledge about how popular they are outside of Japan. One of my favorite artists, TM Revolution, who does a butt ton of anime stuff, and he's just a very, very commercial artist. He came out with a statement, was like, I love you all, everyone who's foreign and everything like that, but I'm gonna stick to my country. I'm gonna do my shit here, which I completely respect, because that's his country, that's to who he owes his whatevers. But with the last rock stars, that concert, it was a huge big thing. It kicked off in Japan. They had to add one, maybe even two more appearances, two more concerts here in America when they did that there. And that reception was huge and almost shocking to them. And in an interview afterwards, Hyde was talking about, he was like, I really hope that looking forward, I want to pursue more endeavors to put myself out in other areas of the world, because we love that good music is good music. And so he talked about doing more endeavors in hopes that moving forward other groups will as well, which makes me all a tingle and all a happy, because I got, when K-pop became popular, I was so butthurt at anime conventions because there was K-pop shit everywhere, and I was like, we had Visual Kei first and J-Rock and meh. And so to see it get a resurgence in my country, I think would be really amazing, and especially if they start coming and touring and coming here, and just, I've just been really deep diving into this part of, I don't know, I was really into this when I was younger. I had a lot of toxic, sad, emotional, depressing, mental issue whatevers, and since kind of figuring out who I am, dating Emma, and all sorts of other things going on in my life, I'm able to go back to those things and kind of have them now without that, editing out that toxic whatever stuff that I don't want from when I was a mentally underdeveloped teenager. So I hope you all enjoyed that long segment. We'll see if it makes any sense. Again, this is less for like, I hope someone likes it, and more for, I'm doing this for my own enjoyment, my own self-expression. So if someone connects and likes it, yay. And now that I've regaled you with probably 10 to 20 minutes of fussing over beautiful looking Japanese men, we're gonna go right into skincare. It's been quite a few months since I've done a monthly hits and misses. This is more just of a when I get enough interesting things, I talk about them. And 2 positives and a negative. I have been doing relatively better at not like absolutely destroying my eyebrows with like anxiety picking and all that horribleness. And so I haven't had to use the KVD one to literally like shellac redraw on my brows. I can just fill them in heavily. And my favorite is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer Triangular Brow Pencil. I tried the Brow Wiz. I did not like how that one, I didn't like the teeny weeny little I guess I needed something a bit more heavy duty. I have gone through a whole one of this. I do want to get myself another one, but they are $26. So in the interim, I had bought one of these, which is unfortunately, I had found mine at Marshall's. Almay is not cruelty free, so I won't be able to repurchase this regardless of the fact that it did work very well. It's what I used on my eyebrows today. Pound for pound, I do prefer the ABH one here. I absolutely love their products for my eyebrows. I've used their pomade in the past. I like their brow gel that you just kind of, the gel pomade thing that you go through your eyebrows when I've got a lot of hair. But in a pinch, this one did do it. It was nice and honestly comparable, a little bit less easy to work with. It was just, with this, you can really take your time and build it up, but it still looks really good. Whereas this, I felt was a little heavier handed on how much product it did, which I suppose could be a bad thing or a good thing depending on what you like. It's all subjective. And in the area of subjective, I have the NYX Thick-It Stick-It Thickening Brow Mascara, which has like vegan hairs and shit like that in it. This I thought was going to be something that could be along the lines of, again, that Anastasia Beverly Hills one that I got. I absolutely hate this. It did nothing for my non-existent eyebrows. It was just a really, really thick and kind of hairy looking. I mean, I know it's supposed to have them fibers running on all in through it, but the fibers did not instill a realistic, fuller, fluffy look. Rather that I was just, I don't know, spreading my eyebrows with God only knows what. This was not, maybe if you had more eyebrows and you didn't need to fill up as much as I do, but where it did fill up, it looked just, I mean, it looked like I'd put product on there. It didn't look natural. It looked very artificial, and this was definitely, I think this was like $6. Definitely for me, a waste of $6. Funny how I said skincare, but that was actually makeup. But this bit here is skincare. I had run out of my, I don't know if you would have seen it in a vlog, because that vlog had like over 3 hours of material, and I don't know if I've had the heart to edit it and put it up in some sort of way. But in that one, I was talking about how I had run out of my 4th Ray Beauty and my Good Molecules, my favorite serums. And I had in my backup this Bosca Tsubaki Beauty Oil right here. I do, oh my goodness. Oh, Beauty Guru, whatever, you know, this right here. And now I haven't used an oil on my face since my skin. It used to be like crazy dry. Now it's normal to dry, so I don't need nearly as heavy of moisturizing products, and oils can be a lot heavier than just say a serum. But I tell you, this, I have yet to see if it needs to be a winter fall time product only, because it hasn't gotten disgustingly hot here yet, and I haven't started sweating nearly as much as I do, because I typically don't need, again, nearly as much in the summer as I need in the winter. But this was very nice, very brightening, very soothing, very plumping. Overall, it was just a really nice complexion booster. And this would, again, I'm gonna see how it does and see how far I can get into heat wave temperature, and then see how it is if it needs to be something during the winter and the summertime, in the winter and the fall, because what it did, it worked really, really nice. And if this is a more intense, that would be even better for the winter and fall. So hopefully I'll be able to try that out then, have enough, I'm pretty sure I will, to see how it works then. But so far I do really, really enjoy this, and it's something I would probably repurchase. Then for a last little skincare thing, I've got this right here. Come on, you can do this. Oh boy. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. This is a sample I got from a long ago Beautylish order. Okay, now you're going to do that, please. I got this in a Beautylish order. This is the Tarte C Wink of H2O Vegan Collagen Eye Cream. And I really, really, really like this. I don't pay a lot of attention to eye creams. It's just not something that I've purchased a lot of now that I'm 33. Might want to invest in a little bit more in that, but this is one that I need to go and see how much it is because I'm trying to be a lot better at budgeting. But to go in, even if they have a little size, because like this lasted a really long time, you don't need a lot of eye product when you're using it. So this is one I would definitely go in. It was just very hydrating, very plumping, just really maintained a nice, smooth, and overall healthy eye area. On another entirely different note, I have a favorite bag that I have been using, which is this one right here. If you like purse content, stick around. I'm going to be doing a purse collection as well as a how I invest in designer handbags and other things that interest me. For future reference purposes, this is in fact the Coach Swagger bag. Ooh, fancy. As I will reiterate in my designer whatever bag videos, the only reason that I give any kinds of flying whatevers about bag names is knowing a bag's name is knowing its style. So being able to look up Coach Swagger bag in Mercari helps me locate and find what I want. Some of the names are just Liliana. So yes, this is the Coach Swagger. But what I love about this bag, aside from its wonderful spaciousness and its practicality, it has, as I like to say, just a hint, just a touch of homosexuality in that beautiful rainbow stitching on there. I did a lot of research before I bought this bag, looked through a lot of colors. I think there have been like 2 different iterations of this bag to decide which one I wanted, and although this brown is a lovely brown but not my perfect, I absolutely fell in love with the just ever so just a little, doesn't scream it. It's a very, very classy, very high fashion homosexual. And of course, obviously, I'm the neurodivergent homosexual as well. So we've got the little squishmallow on the expensive Coach bag because, but this has just been, it's actually kind of funny. You will see again in more of this content. I had originally got a different Coach one to be my everyday, all day, whatever nice bag. And I got it and it's nice and it's wonderful. And I was like, it could be just a little bit bigger. And then I'd been looking for one of these and I found it. And this one has just been the perfect size, the perfect whatever. I wore it when Emma and I went to go DC to do nefarious things. And it has been really nice and practical. And it's one of those bags I will talk about it and pop off about it in my investing video. But it has been lovely because it is something that just carries so nice, wears so well. It's just so lovely. And like I said, I'll be able to pop off about finding quality and designer and be able to tickle that little neurodivergent interest in another video. But for now, I love it. It's gay, it's subtle, it's beautiful. Again, it's high fashion gay. I find that I am 2 very different, distinct things when it comes to me and my style and my approach to whatever. Is the Lady Gaga fashion versus that thrift song where it's like, I'm gonna pop some tags, got $20 in my pocket. That is literally the 2 sides to the coin. That is how I approach acquiring stuff. But for this video, I'm actually gonna cut it off there. Not a huge amount of whatever and woo-ha, but hopefully as I am moving forward, I have other content I want to do for you all. And as I say in every single video, I'm gonna get it together and get my schedule going. And while I do say that every video, I am actually moving forward to making that progress while getting into a comfortable groove of existing where I am currently while also trying to progress. But more on that next time. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video or the next vlog.